Hi everyone, Nick Credicos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you're watching me on Hometalk. So we're going to start off with these pink ornaments, and in the end, this wreath is going to look really, really cool. So you guys can pick these up from any local craft store, Walmart, dollar store, wherever you go, they usually have ornaments. So we're just going to be working with a number of colors and kind of doing an ombre rainbow effect all around our wreath. So we're going to take these, and instead of working them in with sticks, since this is probably going to be an indoor wreath, we are just going to dip our ends into our glue skillet. And this is what a glue skillet looks like. All I do is I just chop up glue sticks and put them in. So we're going to apply a generous amount of hot glue to the bottom of these ornaments, swirl them around, get any extra hot glue off, and then all we're going to have to do is just place them on. So make sure that they have a good hold, or else, they'll pull off. And also make sure you're, using enough hot glue and there's enough surface contact with the ornament, the hot glue, and the grapevine to really keep these ornaments secure. So we're going to do about, I'd say about a sixth of this wreath using these pretty pink ones. Then we'll come back in with our next color, followed by our next color, and so on and so forth. So all we're doing is just taking some of these pretty ornaments and working them in like so. So we have a couple more pink left to add, and we actually came back in with just some floral sticks. These come with little wires in the end, and all we did was you just poked one in each. Reason being, it is going to be a little bit easier just working them in. That way you don't have to worry about any of them falling off. So it definitely is kind of a time saver. So this wreath can be put together really, really quickly, especially if you do a little prep work. Like I said with some of these sticks, just taking the stick, placing a little dab of hot glue and working it in. So we're going to take some of our purple next, and we're going to go from pink to purple and work in these, doing the same exact process, just kind of working in more and more of them. And I think this wreath's going to turn out so cool. So we have a few purple left to add, and then what we'll do afterwards, we have extra ornaments of each color. What we can do is come back in on top and do kind of a second layer, covering up any of the gaps. So we'll figure that out afterwards, but we're just going to work in a few more of these pretty purple. So what we decided to do is actually work in one entire pack. That way we're kind of consistent throughout. So since we have 4 colors, we're going to kind of work these into each quadrant. And then afterwards, if we have any extras, or if we want to break into our second pack, we certainly can. But I do want to make sure that we kind of cover them as evenly as possible. So that's the entire pack of the purple. Now we'll finish up the entire pack of the pink. And as I said earlier, I'm thinking about coming back in between these ornaments and kind of doing a triple layer, which might look really nice. So we're just going to work some of the pink in, and we have 2 left of these. And then we'll switch over to our green and then switch over to our blue. So I'm thinking this is going to turn out really, really cool. So here's our final pink, like that. Now what we'll do is we'll switch over to the green, and the green we already have prepped with our sticks as well. So it's just going to be a matter of transitioning between colors. The same process is the exact same. So we'll start working in these. So you can pick up all of these colors from Hobby Lobby. As I said, Walmart carries versions of all of these colors as well. And if you want to, choose your own colors instead of doing these, you absolutely can. So we have 2 final green left to add, and then we're going to start working in our blue. So after this, what we can decide is if we want to add any more kind of in and amongst all of the ornaments we've already added. So we're going to start with the green. We just worked in our final 2, and now we can transition to this beautiful blue. So this blue, I think all of these colors are super bright, super cheerful, and they kind of give a whimsical look for, Christmas or for winter, or just kind of a general year-round wreath. So you can customize this to the colors of your room or the colors of your house, and have lots of fun with it. Like I said, more than anything, that's what you should be getting out of these projects, is kind of a night full of fun. You can arrange these with your friends or your family. You can do virtual Zooms with them. And I think this is a great kind of fun project because it's very simple. All we're doing is just taking a bunch of ornaments and working them throughout a wreath. So we're going to kind of finish off our wreath so that it's rounded. And then what we'll do is we'll come back in with additional pieces and kind of work them in between everything else. That way our wreath looks nice and full and there's no real big gaps. So we have 1 or 2 more blue left to add. And then we'll finish it off with the purple. Now we'll take a purple one here. Work it in there. And then just continue doing the same thing. So make sure that you kind of stagger them. I think it looks nice when you have kind of a double layer like this. So for these ones, you don't actually need a stick because the contact with the ornaments themselves will keep them exactly where you want. So just make sure you're dipping your ornament, and I'll show you guys right now. Dip it all the way around the bottom portion. That way everything stays exactly where you place it. And I think not only will this make a beautiful wreath, I think this will be a really cool centerpiece as well. So if you wanted to kind of have this arranged on your table with something in the middle of it, I think that would be really, really cool. So we'll finish up with the purple now. Now we'll transition over to our pink. And we have a couple left over with the sticks, so we might as well put those to use first. And like I said, the sticks aren't necessary at this point because you're not even going to be able to, see them. And, just adding the hot glue around the base of each ornament should be more than enough. We'll take one final blue ornament, dip it in, and place it right here. So again, give this a minute or two to harden up, and then we'll hang this wreath up and give you guys the final view. Okay, and here's the finished product, and I absolutely love the way this one turned out. So very simple. We used 4 packs of ornaments, one of each color, and then I did come back in with a couple extra out of a second pack of each color just to fill in a little bit more. So this wreath is definitely 3D. It's about 8 inches wide, give or take. So as I said earlier, you can do whatever colors you would like. You can do the entire rainbow. You can do 1 or 2 colors to match your own home. What I think would be really cool is to do red and white ornaments and kind of alternate to kind of get a peppermint candy. I think that would be really cool. So thank you all so much for watching this. This was very budget friendly, and you can make it even more budget friendly by purchasing all of your ornaments from any local dollar store. We didn't spray paint the grapevine ahead of time, but if you wanted to match the colors, you absolutely could. But as you can see, you don't see much of the grapevine at all anyway. So thank you guys again for watching. This is Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and you're watching me on Hometalk. Bye, everyone.